I am standing on Mount Nebo, and behind me is the Jordan Valley. Also, you can see a faint part of the Dead Sea where the Jordan River ends, and the other side of this valley is the West Bank. Moses stood here and saw the Promised Land, but he was unable to enter it. I can't imagine what a disappointment that must have been. And I have three thoughts about standing here. Number one, there are times when we get to see the vision, but it's really the next generation that's going to accomplish the vision. I'm wearing a hat that says Next Gen. We have always believed in the next generation, the generation coming behind us. And we have to be visionary people as leaders, because there's a generation looking at us. And when we point, there's the vision. There, actually behind me, there's the Promised Land. There's a generation watching and looking. And so there's a multi-generational purpose and plan and vision of God. I think about that when I'm here. Secondly, I think about Moses not being able to. And sometimes, whether it's impatience or anger or frustration or any number of reasons that may seem small to us and may seem insignificant, and yet sometimes those will keep us out of the vision. Sometimes those will distract us and lead us astray. And so while I think, yes, there is a multi-generational vision, I think Moses was, the design was for him to go in there. So it was two generations at once, entering the purpose of God. And yet he was left out because of some character issues and some reactions. And so I think of the importance of the vision, multi-generational vision. I also think about the importance of obedience to God and keeping our hearts right. And thirdly, on the other side of this, where I'm standing a few meters from me, is a serpentine cross. And it's shaped like a cross, but it commemorates, and it's a reminder of the snake on a pole. And you remember that, how the plague came, and if they looked on the serpent, then they would be healed, and those who didn't look weren't. And of course, that was a picture of the cross and looking on Jesus for ultimate salvation and healing and restoration. And so while I think about the multi-generational vision here on Mount Nebo, I think about the consequences of sin, but ultimately I look at that serpentine cross and think of the grace of God. That, yes, obedience is vitally important, but none of us fully obey with a great attitude all the time. And so thank God for the cross. Thank God for his grace. Thank God for forgiveness and restoration and reconciliation. So those are the thoughts. And again, remember, hey, we're all about the next gen, bringing the gospel of Jesus Christ to the next gen.